Hello everyone, my name is Botanist Cool, and today we are going to start our encampments. We have a bunch of encampments that we just opened up today over on stream a little earlier today. I am very excited to do them. I am very excited to paint them. We're actually going to move that a little forward, thank you. And I'm just excited to get them going. So we're going to make these in the color of the Planetary Preservation Project of the Mosswood Rangers. So we're going to have a stone color on the bottom. They're going to look like stone obelisks. And then we're gonna cover them in vines and moss. So that will be the very simple one. The bunker is probably gonna be along the same lines. I don't think any of these guys would be realistically like colored too differently. That's for things like the mobile HQ and what have you. So that will be colored in its own way later on, which we actually have the mobile HQ somewhere else, which we're gonna basically just, these are gonna be like kind of like simpler paints. Simpler, I say, and then they're gonna have like this whole thing of like, you know, they're gonna have this whole thing of like, yeah, I'm mixing, words. You get what I'm trying to say. Okay. Standard Mechanist Gray, let's get going, buddy. Shit, it's all over my hands. Fuck. I don't mind the paint obviously on my hands. What I do mind is losing the paint and then like wasting that money, because like, god damn, that's a lot of money on paint. Especially Citadel paint. It's not really worth it, I think. They have the same, they're kind of the same thing as any other paint, but they're so much easier to lose track of because, hey, look at that. It's stupid bottle shape. Fucking hate that bottle shape, honestly. Alright. Go for a little bit of medium thinner, just to like thin that out a bit and really get it painted on. Then we're gonna do a lot of dry brushing, and then a lot of mossing up. And eventually some, potentially some thin washing. I really don't think they should take us too long. I'm really excited to get them done. Alright, let's just get it started. Actually, I could hold it like this. When I think about it. Put it to the side for a bit, let it dry. A nice one. Right. Actually, take this apart real quick. A lot of gray, guys. We're not gonna paint this side, not really. Because that's gonna be the bottom side. But a lot of that we can't just kind of like paint every other side though, obviously. I should get a few more grays. I use them a lot. Having a greater diversity of grays may actually be... It might be better, honestly. How many I've got? They look like little encampment, I think. I'm like 90% sure that's what they are, the little encampment guns right here. But I'm not 100%. Hello, Ginger Kid. How you doing today, friend? Drain, we are working on encampments. So I have a personal like merc group called the Mosswood Rangers. And their whole theme is that they're basically in the world of BattleTech. They're basically this organization that works in environmental restoration and education, kind of like a national park system. However, obviously it's BattleTech, so it's very much along the lines of, hey, enjoy the parks. If you litter, we shoot a missile at you. Kind of vibes, you know? I've done a few of their minis before. Thank you. Yeah, I'm planning on to be around the FedCom era, but let me show you examples. I have a whole star. I did the Wolf Dragoon star for them, but their general color scheme is for any like normal troop, quote unquote, gray with moss growing on it. For any leader, it's a brick color with moss growing on it. Now, because these are encampments, I considered making them like a wood color. However, I don't think this is a group that, in my opinion, relies heavily on camouflage as an example. I don't think they're trying to hide what they're doing. Rather, what I think they're going to try to do, and I also am kind of going with this with like this kit as an example. I have a MASH unit and a long tom and stuff like that. What I think their whole point is like, yeah, they're very clear that we are here. We are a environmental organization. These are our colors. You have been fucking warned, essentially, right? I don't think that they are hiding guns in trees kind of deal. So like, I feel like painting these as trees, and not only that, painting them as trees and potentially having like life, like bird life living in them would be dangerous for that bird life. I don't think they do that either. They will still paint them in stone and moss and what have you, but I don't think that they're going to go full camouflage, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my idea for these guys. I like them a lot. They actually were featured in a zine recently, which I'm very happy with. The Pirate Point zine, I'm very happy with that. Which is a queer punk BattleTech zine. But yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. What about you? Do you paint? Tell me all about your stuff. If you got your own merc group, I'd love to hear about them. Such a good background. Thank you. I like them. I'm actually gonna also write a short story for them, hopefully for the anthology zine that's coming up. See if I can put them in there. That'll be a lot of fun. Make them fanin. I'm GKWB. God, I suck at remembering people. Give me 1 second, friendo. Okay, I know your profile. Yeah, I follow your profile. I've seen all your minis are fucking gorgeous. Yeah, I saw that Alpha Strike Jade Falcon Gamma Galaxy one a little while ago. That's fucking gorgeous. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? You are such a great painter, friend. I remember people once that see their minis and profiles. Fucking the names? Nope. See their profiles? Yup. The mercs I rock are Roswell Sentinels. Rosethorn Sentinels because I found a rose nail tutorial. Ooh. What do you mean a rose nail tutorial? What does that mean? You gotta tell me what that means. I don't know if that's like a painting technique or what have you. Fingernail painting. Oh, yeah, I mean, pretty damn similar to fucking mini painting. For hobby? Yeah, that fucking tracks. That absolutely tracks. I will say though, if you're looking for these if you're looking at this encampment kit, just as an FYI, I talked about this when I was streaming earlier today, unboxing it and stuff. They don't fit well. So like the holes here do not fit well with the bottom here. You have to carve out the holes a little bit. Thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. If you want to support me more, I have a YouTube as well. The YouTube is just !YT. It'll bring you there. We're almost at 1,000 subs, right? At 997. We're very fucking close. We're very fucking close. Post my mini painting up there alongside. What I'll do is I'll basically post the VOD up there, and then I'll post a shorter version of that VOD where I will talk about what I've learned, what I like about the project, and my ideas on the project. There we go. I'm gonna pin wash these guys later. I'm not gonna fucking like standard wash them. I don't like standard washes on Battletech minis. I will take the time to pin wash them instead. It looks so much better. In my eyes. Well, actually, you know what? It is a bunker. Maybe it's like a command bunker. We can make this kind of the command colors. Hello, sleepy NPC. How you doing? Gonna bail for a bit, but we'll hop on later during hobby time if you're around. Hell yeah! Cheers. Hello, how you doing? Weird. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, this will be the clay color. Little command bunker. This is Battletech, not Warhammer. Battletech is less grimdark, but it has some similar themes. It is still very much so a commentary on war, and a commentary on the destruction of war and the death of war and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Battletech, Battletech. It's fun. I've never played the game. Hilariously, I've never played the game. I have only painted it, the minis. Or I'll stick with the hobby, basically. I don't care to play it, I just like... There we go, that's that brick color I like. Yeah, it's a lot of mechs. It's a lot of mechs. It's all mechs. It's a lot of mechs. It's a lot of sci-fi, obviously. The best way to describe it is it came out in 1983 as Battle Droids, and people don't realize it came out before Game of Thrones. So people keep calling this the sci-fi Game of Thrones, when in reality, Game of Thrones is the fantasy Battletech. 5 great houses in the middle of the inner sphere, alongside the periphery nations, and many other micronations, and yada yada. There are mercenaries, which the cool thing about Battletech is you can indeed just make your own merc group, which is what I'm essentially doing right now. And from there, you can just have fun and do whatever. You can also paint the canon colors if you want to, which is always valid. I've painted a lot of the canon colors in the past. Draconis Combine, House Kurita, essentially. House Steiner. I've painted the Star League Defense Force, which by far I love those guys. Great stuff. The best bad guys. The less bad guys. Big old commentary on feudalism, neo-feudalism, fascism, etc. That's fun, you know? Even the quote-unquote democracy is not really a democracy. The Free Worlds League is close to a quote-unquote democracy, but it's not kind of deal. No such thing as democracy in this world. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Battle tech. I'm painting them in the style of the Mosswood Rangers, which is my personal OC group. I haven't touched my Warhammer in a very long time. I haven't touched Warhammer in a very long time. Not that I don't like Warhammer, just like Battletech more nowadays. I haven't touched them in a very long time. I'll let those dry for a second. Go over the big stuff because those have had a moment to dry. Now that these guys have had time to dry, we could hit them up again and get a second layer. The parts I think need. This is actually looking good. I should wash my hands real quick though. Never painted minis, but the one time I made a model of nooks and crannies and so. Hell yeah! No, you should. Listen, painting minis is expensive and it is time consuming, but it's a lot of fun. If you want to, you should give it a shot. I have a pic of it at least? Hell yeah! Send the picture, I'd love to see it. Put it in Discord or send it to me in the DM or whatever. I'd love to see it. Perfect. All right, welcome back. If you didn't hear me before, feel free to share the picture. I'd love to see it. Love seeing people make minis and great stuff. This is Monster Hunter music. I play a playlist of Monster Hunter music in the background when I do my mini painting. I find it to be relaxing and enjoyable. Except... It's also a nice tie-in to what I stream when I don't paint, you know what I'm saying? Because I do stream Monster Hunter here and there. Nowhere near as much as I used to, but, you know, still here and there. Yeah, this is Rise. This is when you go to the ice area. If I recall correctly. I'm sorry, this is World. This is when you go to the ice area in World. The little camp in the ice area, Celiana or something like that. Ooh, oh, it's cute. That's cute. I like it. Oh, it's very cute. I love it. Good shit. Good shit. I love it. It's very cute. Nice little... Oh my god. You didn't finish it? Still cute. And hey, if you didn't finish it, you can always finish it later or remake it and try finishing it the next time, you know? Just encouragement to do more, baby. I need to do another lighter tone brown over a darker brown, make the Nook sign and the bulletin. Yeah. I think I'll have to remake it because the old one might have it. Yeah, fair enough. I bet you there's also like if you don't want to go too like crazy on making it yourself, I bet you there's also really nice kits out there that will get you the same thing if you want to. Of course you don't have to. I know a few friends who love using those kits and building with those kits. They don't want to paint everything and like shape everything, they just want to build it. That's so fucking cool. So they do that, and they have these like awesome little kits. Might be able to find one for them too. If you want to make it, just like go it on your own. Fuck, that's cool as hell too. Go do that, you know. Arts and crafts is just a lot of fun. Always enjoy your time. That's the most important part about it. Just enjoying it. I also have magnets coming in for these guys soon, because I know I'm going to need magnets. Unfortunate, but that's how it just goes. Gonna go replace my water. I'm gonna get right back at it. I'm gonna get myself another paper. Very important. Alright, I'm back. Hey. These guys I'm probably gonna have to paint in gray too, because like that's how they fit, right? And here I forgot to take my Adderall today. Holy shit. It's been a rough day. Fucking tell you what. That part of this song right now always reminds me a little bit of Star Wars. How it kind of goes up into that full sound. Quite like it. Need a little bit more of this. Oh, that's gonna be very wet. See? Work it. We still have an edge or two to get on that one, so like we're gonna give him a second to dry. That's really. Alright, I'm gonna let these sit and dry. I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, alright? See you guys in a second. Well, you came at just the right time. Oh. Second. First and foremost, book and cat ears. I don't have one with just the cat ears, so you get the full made. There we go. Hold on. Gotta fix that. Alright, hello, how are you, winter spirits? Let me do this real quick. Encampments. Alright, page 20, let's see what we got. Page 20. Where does Admiral Akbar get most of his work done? Where does Admiral Akbar get most of his work done? One last time. Where does Admiral Akbar get most of his work done? Y'all give up? Y'all give up? I'm gonna say you give up. This is a tough one. This is gonna be such a tough one. Admiral Akbar gets most of his work done in his office. In his office. In his office. Jesus Christ, it's a good one. His office. All right, let's show you guys what we've got so far done. So this is looking good. Good base gray. I might want to get a little bit more in here. Looks like there's a little bit of streaking, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy with that. Same here. Looks like there's a little bit like on the edges here I should get. Not bad though. Now what we're gonna do with these guys, we're gonna later on start dry brushing them to make it look more like stone. We'll get these guys to be metal later on. But the turrets are looking fantastic. Watching Jackass 2 downstairs? Nice. I've never watched Jackass. Never been a big fan of that kind of stuff. These I don't care about because these will be repainted later on, so they can be a little cracked up, you know what I'm saying? And these are fine. So, they're not quite fine. So let's fix these up real quick. Never seen it before? Fair enough. Hey, if you like it, you like it. Will I enjoy it? Enjoy watching Jackass 2? God, that office stroke is really fun. In his office. It's a good one. Got a good one in there, Winter. How are you doing today, by the way, Winter? Hope you're doing well. Love always seeing Luna's emotes in here. Luna is a loved person. Alright, so what we're gonna do on some of these edges real quick, we're gonna put in a little bit more of that gray. Right in here, basically. They're crazy? Yeah, I imagine so. That's the whole point of Jackass, isn't it? Like to like do crazy shit. Like I just remember shit like they were doing like things that would like kill you by accident if you did it just wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I strapped a firework to my ass and then put myself in the golf cart because I wanted to see how fast I could go in the golf cart with a firework coming out of my ass, you know? Is what I feel like is what they are essentially. So, right. Let's get started on other things. So, dry brushes. Oh. And we're gonna start with dry brushing some uniform gray. Make sure I'm hydrating. Will do. Give me a second. Thank you. There's also a hydrate redeem, so don't feel afraid. You can always use that too. But if you didn't have the points, that makes sense. Yeah. Thank God. I've been forgetting to hydrate today. That was just a lot of water I gulped down. If you want to know what I'm doing, just as an example, if you look back here, you can see like these white lines start forming out of that lighter gray. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a whole bunch of highlighting through dry brushing. In case anyone's curious. I was gonna say it would look cool if you added moss as if it was like an abandoned area. Hey, bud, I got some good news for you, man. Let me show you what the paint scheme of this is gonna be. The paint scheme of these are gonna be the Mosswood Rangers. Which, yeah, they get moss on them, baby. The good news, it's happening. I got 5 of these painted out already, actually. It's 8 technically if you include the Visigoths. My little airplanes. So like, I've got a few of these already painted out. That is the color scheme. Exactly the color scheme. As a fun, it looks so cool. Thank you. As a fun little fact, so this is my custom mercenary group in the world of BattleTech, and they call them the Mosswood Rangers. I've been making them in my brain for a while now. I'm having a lot of fun with them. They actually got featured in a fanzine recently. If you do exclamation point Zines, you'll find the fanzine I'm talking about. It's called Pirate Point. It's a queer punk BattleTech fanzine. I like it. It's really cool. Free to download as well. So if you guys want to take a look at that, my Mosswood Rangers are actually present in there, which is really cool. But they're also doing another Zine later on, or a zine, or whatever you call them, right? I never know what to call them. I hear zine, I hear Zine, I spell Zine, I feel Zine. Anyways, they're doing another one later on as well, which is an anthology series. And the Mosswood Rangers are all about, like, environmentalism in the world of BattleTech, and how environmentalism takes an entirely different approach in this world of BattleTech, because BattleTech itself is a world primarily run by war, essentially, right? Which is like a lot of these sci-fi worlds. To be fair. And how does environmentalism look like in this world? And I'm waiting to make a campaign to show the players, VAs, slowly discover themselves in the world they're in. A campaign show where players, VAs, oh hell yeah, you should go for it if you wanna. But long and short of it is, what I'm planning on doing is I'm actually planning on writing a story for that Zine, that's about the anthology Zine, and putting in some new minis in there, that like these minis specifically, as part of the story, and submitting it, so hopefully I could get like an actual story published in the fanzine. Fanzine, whatever it's called. Magazine, fanzine. Yeah. Nothing else? Yeah. So that's a fun way of doing that. If you ever do a D&D campaign as an example, just give them a blank character sheet, and whenever they roll for something, you give them the answer. Like, oh, you roll for it? Cool. So when you roll for it, you roll 10. All right, you actually rolled a 15. Oh shit. Well, I have a 5 here. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta slowly work their way up. Oh, you're attacking with a sword. Well, you're not gonna get your proficiency modifier, but you do get your addition for your strength and that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And slowly show them through the script. Hell yeah, that'd be kind of sick. Shit, got in water. That sounds pretty sick. If you ever do that, let me know. I would like to watch that. But yeah, there's a lot of fun ways to do that. I did that as a D&D campaign once, where I just gave everyone blank sheets and they would have to figure out who they were, what they were, and how they were at level like 5 or whatever. They could start leveling up however they wanted afterwards. It's a very wild game. They were so confused. I'm like, yeah, that's the whole point. Perfect then. That was years ago. That was back in 2016, 2017. Yeah. What did I get a message of? Yeah. Just doing a whole bunch of slapping. Because you can even see it start working on that door over there. Exactly what I want, you know what I'm saying?
Take our wishes upon your way into the sky.
It's a lot of dry brushing now. I actually love dry brushing. It is a fantastic skill to have in your arsenal. I love it. It's great. You are dry brushed one layer. You are dry brushed one layer. You are dry brushed. We're not dry brushed. Yeah, I'm very excited about the zines. I'm really proud of getting into the zine, and hopefully I'll get into more. Maybe one day I'll try like submitting to Shrapnel too. Shrapnel's pretty cool. For those who don't know, Shrapnel's like I guess the official magazine for BattleTech. People submit their works all the time into it and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I don't think I'd actually make it in, unfortunately, but they do pay like 6 cents a word, apparently. I don't know if that's a lot or a little, but it doesn't sound like a lot. I feel like writers should get paid a bit more than that, but especially if we're gonna be selling it. You know what I'm saying? I guess everyone's gotta get their cut of it, though. So, like, I don't know if 6 cents a word is a lot. Okay. From there, we need to get other grays. We need more grays. We're not using grace here. We will use orc skin. Nice. Okay, I took out the blockage, so now I can actually get orc skin out. God, it's a thick paint. Jesus Christ. So this layer is not going to be as crazy, obviously, because we're going to kind of like start tapering it off. But let's work it out, see how it goes. That's looking fantastic. Look at that shit, y'all. And because the sun's coming from the top, we don't want to add too much here, so maybe just like a... You know, nothing crazy. That's fantastic. Look at that. There we go. Done with that. I got a little bit more on here. Two for one special, Finn. How are you today, boo? Alright, it's been a little bit, so we're going to switch back on over to the painting whooper. Yep. Alright. Hold on, before I do that. Always double checking that you don't have a lot is really good, because I don't want to fucking like get it too crazy, the dry brushing. How are you, Finn? Fuck! Okay, there we go. One of my favorite redeems. Fight your depression, everyone. Fuck off. Fuck off, depression. You exist, but you do not rule me. I hope. Take that, PTSD. So fun little thing, you can add on a whole bunch of these things to the sides of this guy, right? So like, just keep adding on shit, and this looks very stony. I'm very happy with that. I'm probably gonna go over it again and dab on some like more stone details in a future one, but for right now, I'm really good. And this is gonna be the lightest amount of dry brushing we give. Like, I'm gonna like legit just kind of like, that's about it, you know what I'm saying? You should not know what I'm saying, because that wasn't the sound that makes sense with what I'm about to do. You shouldn't get me! God, first thing I say is like, you shouldn't understand, and you're just like, oh, I get you, oh, I get you. I put a whole bunch of on there, yeah. No. Alright, let's see if this works. This should work. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't work, but you know. One of those are just like, alright, let's do it nice and nice. Okay. Alright, start with this one. Oh yeah, that's coming out real good. That's alright, so that's a lot brighter. That is, what's CRK? I don't know what CRK is. This is a lot brighter, and you can see that that's like very nice. That's perfect, actually. So we don't want to do too much of that, because that's the brightest color we have. We want it to be sparing, and primarily focus on edges, obviously. Cookie Run Kingdom? Ah, Cookie Run Kingdom. I have a friend who plays Cookie Run Kingdom. She likes it a lot. She ships some cookies. I don't remember which cookies, though. But I do remember they're like alter egos or some shit like that. And it's like, ah, this is a cookie, and that cookie is like part of that cookie. And they're like cookies. Like, oh, what the fuck is happening in this shit? What do you mean there's alter ego cookies and shit? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But she loves it. One. Not doing much there. Two. Fuck. These guys don't need a lot of that last one because, like, they've already got so much on there and they're pretty small. So I don't need a lot. Do these more later too. So, in theory, this is what the tower would look like. Just as its base right now. This looks pretty sick. Anyways, finish this off. We're almost done. Alright. Last thing we need to do is take care of the command bunker, which the command bunker would fit onto one of these guys like this. So we'll see if we change this color actually later on too. For one of them. We may just. Yeah. I'll see. Shit! Way too much gray. I put the gray back in the bottle, hopefully. No. Hey, we're good. Man, Clicker Kingdom having a card game is pretty insane. Good insane, though. We love seeing. For a while, the only thing that interested me in a game like Genshin for a while was actually that fucking card game they had in there. I like that card game a lot. That was a lot. All right, the thing. Okay. Next color is going to be Orc Skin. Where is it? I had it out here a second ago. Where the fuck did I put? Oh, there it is. Good night. That's coming out really well. Holy shit, this is coming out fantastic. Good night. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Happy time zones.
ロースターにあるシビリエケフィラオネトフィラエフェラディオソンカメセノラエラトイマティアシテオネトイラエビラティエソクラオフィアメレジェテノフィラオノミフィアメビシレレガルコイビネ
Alright, stopping. We are just done for the day. I do not feel that I would be able to do any better right now, so I'm stopping, I'm cleaning, and then we're doing a view on everything, alright? I'm just like, I'm at this point where I'm like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just stopping.
Ciri e fila estic a freso tu gifoli e inole lo sutanialu ereti mardi shibili e che filato oneto la shi appreciata
Gonna just quick. Cut this out. All right. Whoo. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. What am I getting? Okay, that's what I'm getting. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna take a second to just like sit down. I've like run out of steam. I'm not gonna. I was like, oh, it's only 9:18. I could go and do some Stardew Valley or some shit. No. Okay. So, we're gonna show these guys off with pieces on them. I'm gonna put this guy here. I'm just gonna like put him full of missiles. Then we're just gonna. All right. So, starting off with the bunker. Nice and simple. I'm probably gonna repaint this base to match that now. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's looking pretty good. We'll have to obviously repaint that, but this is a bunker. The bunker's looking good. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna probably glaze over it again in some Doom Bull Brown. Make it more bricky, but that's looking good so far. You know, let's put this one here. That is looking sick. You know, no, I don't like that. There you go. That is looking sick. Look at that. That is looking really good. I'm gonna go later on and blotch it as if it's stone. That's a next time thing. That's not a today thing. Just get this on here. A missile rack. A sick-ass missile rack. Look at all these. LRMs, SRMs, who knows? There's a lot of missiles, that's all I know. That's sick. Now this one actually supposed to also go on a base like this. Like, I feel like that's also a bunker, you know what I'm saying? Which it looks like I'm gonna have to repaint the bottom here too, but that's looking sick. Last but not least, that is also looking very sick. So the one thing that you guys should know about this is that these do not fit in properly. I actually had to cut these holes wider, as you can see from that very uneven cut. You got these guys to actually fit in. So if you're gonna buy this, just note you're gonna have to like contend with that. Looks like this could also go like right here too, which is kind of fun. Like, haha, I fit two of them on each other now. Very silly, but yeah, that's basically all you need to know about that. But I am very happy with these. Is this better? Yeah, that's kind of that sizing is actually kind of better. Like this. That's sizing is kind of. But I like these a lot. These are really cool. I want to get more encampments. I am going to repaint the bottom here. If I'm gonna make a match, I gotta make a match, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a bunker. I'm gonna make it just match like that, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one color. So that I gotta fix later on. But very happy with how all these turned out. I'm very happy with how these turned out. These are looking really great. I'm very happy with how they are. So like, yeah. I don't think I'll be able to show them all because again, these guys don't fit properly. Maybe I can. Give me a second. Let me see what I can do. Okay, there we go. We got 2 in here. All right, these are fitting. Let's try. Oops. Great. Okay, yep. And let's try that last one. Let's just try. No guarantee. You know what? There we go. Here we are. Let's get them all in. There we go. That's not the worst. It could have been so much worse playing them to you guys like that. Look at that. I like them so far. The next plan is to blotch them out, make them look more like stone, re-dry brush them, maybe glaze them, and we're good. And work from there. No, you get back on there. After that, I have magnets coming in that I will be applying to these guys. That way we could get actual like support here. The magnets will be going in like these areas over here and here, so that I don't need to fucking, when I display them, they'll actually display like properly. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how these guys are turning out. I'm really liking them. So we're gonna splotch them, stone them up. After that, we're gonna moss them all the way up, and these will be interchangeable. So I'm very excited for that. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed if you're watching this on YouTube as a VOD, YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good one. Stay safe, stay Botanist Cool YouTube, and I'll see you soon. Bye.